is rain in the area, but we've been given the go-ahead to get this one started. Today we've got a contest out of the American League East between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Jordan Yamamoto is ready to go as he'll be on the hill for Boston. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, Matty V, this ought to be exciting. This is one of the top young pitchers in the game right now. He keeps getting better. He keeps learning. And if he continues at this pace, this guy has a chance to be one of the more reliable pitchers in the game.
So now into the box is Kevin Vizcaino. He will lead this one off today. First pitch on its way. And he pours this one in at the letters, 0-1.
First pitch, 106.
And now pitch on the way. Behind 0-2 now.
Put that in the memory bank. First time he breaks out a curveball right there, and it's a pretty good one.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Now a ball lined hard toward right center. Legs churning. He's headed for second. And that one skips up over the wall for a ground rule double.
Well, that will bring a smile to a manager's face every single time. First hitter of the inning just squares it up and bounces it over the fence. Even if it stays in the yard, that's a double either way.
That'll bring in Giovanni Urshela as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Great chance to drive in a run here in the early going. Ball one as he lays off below the zone. In his career, Urshela hits a little over the 270 mark. The 1-1 to 1-2 now. Vizcaino stands at second with no outs. Hit weakly back to the mound. And that's out number one. With that, here's a look at the Yankees starting lineup. Who's the one to watch, Dan?
Well, it's no secret. They need the big Giancarlo Stanton to turn it around soon. In the last 10 games, he's hitting under 250. He's a guy they need to hit a lot better than that because he's a big part of this ball club.
Here's the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu, as he'll take a breaking ball too low, and it's 1-0. He'll step in here at 275, 26 home runs, and 81 driven in. Here's the 1-0.
Nope. That's a pretty tough spot for him to deal with in the first inning. Runner in scoring position already, and now he's got the three-hitter salivating in a good hitter's count.
Runner at second here with one man out. Hit in the air down the right field line. Right fielder giving chase. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning. Striding forward now, the Yankee cleanup hitter, Aaron Judge. Runner in scoring position with two gone. First offering as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. A ball and no strikes. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Not quite out of here as it's off the monster. Yankees in at second safely as they jump ahead with a run scoring on the play.
That base hit was screaming off the bat, and our show track technology more than confirms it. 111 miles an hour was the exit velocity of that line drive.
Now to bat, Luke Voigt. He enters play in the hunt for the league's home run crown, but he'll have some work to do down the stretch. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And he gets ahead 0-1. Here's a cutter that's off the plate, 1-1. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Schwarber will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Yankees strike for a run on the RBI double. Bottom of the first coming up. It's now 1-0 New York. Jamison Taillon gets the call for game 1 of the series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Their ball club is going to have to keep a close eye on this one. This guy's nearing 200 innings on the season, and that's a lot of innings. A guy that takes the ball every 5 days. I'm sure they're going to watch to see if there are any signs of him tiring early in this one.
And that brings in Xander Bogaerts. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. And now pitch on the way. Well, this Yankee ball club entering play this afternoon here. They come in trying to rebound after a loss that snapped a modest 3-game winning streak. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And it's fouled away. 1-2 now. Into the windup and the pitch. Now a line drive that's going to be caught out there at short. And that'll be the first out of the inning. With that, here's how the hometown Red Sox line up in this one. Dero, what do you got on this lineup in the series opener?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup, and they're frustrating to watch at times because they ground into the most double plays in the league. You want to talk about a pitcher's best friend. You finally get a guy on first base, and you're coming unglued first pitch down below the knees, grounding into a double play and bailing everybody out. I need better approaches out of this lineup today.
He enters play with 14 home runs to his credit this year. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Two and 1 to the Red Sox first baseman. Turned on, but that's ripped foul down the third baseline. Here now the 2-2. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. One out, nobody on. And a fastball blew it right by him, and they're 2 down.
Man, I love watching a pitcher that just rears back and blows smoke by a guy at the letters. That's the ultimate challenge pitch. And for me personally, watching hitters swing and miss, man, that's a sight of beauty.
Here's J.D. Martinez, as he'll watch a slider that stays inside for ball 1. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. The 1-0. Two out, nobody on. And he takes a called strike 2.
Count 1 and 2.
Lays off 2-2 now.
I know he missed with a fastball right there, but this guy's arsenal, you can't figure out what he's trying to do. He's got a lot of different directions he could go in right here.
Got him swinging, and that's the 3rd out. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. They trail this one 1-0. Start of the 2nd here in Boston. Let's check in with Heidi for a bit more on the weather.
Matt, light rain is in the forecast throughout most, if not all, of the game, but I've been told it's not expected to cause any delays. The grounds crew will just need to make an effort to keep the field as dry as possible between innings, especially the heavy traffic areas like the pitching mound and around the bases.
Yeah, Heidi, thanks. And beyond keeping the surface playable, I'm sure you guys would agree, it's avoiding the stops and starts that becomes important in games like this one.
Yeah, 100%, Matty. The biggest thing is if you're going to be out there, you want to grind with the boys. You don't want your starting pitcher having to be sat down. You don't want to have to go inside for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then get refocused and restarted up again. Matty, you're so focused out there, you just want to compete and see the game all the way through. All right, let's take a quick look at how the Red Sox set up on D today. And let's focus our attention on Xander Bogaerts, shortstop, up to shoot. One of the best in the business, one of the smoothest players in the game. We talk a lot about Robinson Cano and how he goes about his business at second base. The X-Man is no different at shortstop, and the bat plays too.
Digging in now for the Yankees, Aaron Hicks. He's had a real nice season in the batting average department, but he'll need to turn it on a bit down the stretch if he wants a chance at claiming that coveted batting title.
This is one of the better hitters in the game right now, DeRo. Struggling a little bit, hitting under 300 in his last 10 games.
Yeah, and he's going to have to get scalding hot if he wants to run down this batting title. I don't see it happening right now. The way he's been swinging it, he has certainly slowed down, and it's in his head a little bit.
The windup and the 0-1. And he lays off for ball 1.
That one looked like it could easily have gone the other way. There's a big difference between 0-2 and 1-1, but now this next pitch probably becomes the biggest of the at-bat.
Now here's the pitch. Yankees lead this 1-0 here in inning number 2. All even now, 2-2. And he struck him out. Base is empty, 2 away, and that'll bring up the outfielder Clint Frazier. First pitch of the AB on its way.
Oh, that's out.
Now the 1-0 is laid off, but in there for strike 1. Strike 2 swinging just out in front of the slider.
Yeah, guys, he's got so much respect for this guy's fastball. You could tell he was out in front on that slider. I think he goes to the well one more time with that pitch.
Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. 1-2-3 go the Bombers. He played an inning and a half. It's 1-0.
It's been a long time running. It don't matter. They ain't catching up at all. I promise. It's been a long time coming. Haters gonna be part-time loving.
Last half of the second set to go, and set to go is the third baseman, Rafael Devers.
Baseman, Rafael Devers.
Now the first pitch. Comes at him with the slider there, and he gets the strike. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. On a good curveball. Came back to catch the strike zone there, and it's 0-2. So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Matthew Ross.
Hey, D-Ro, this is a pitcher's best friend. Matthew Ross, very wide strike zone.
Yeah, no excuses from the offense today. You know coming in when you see the lineup card and Matt Ross is behind the dish, you better be aggressive.
Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Geez, I mean, that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
Teoscar Hernandez digging in now. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. Comes into this one at 271. 25 homers and 74 RBIs. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Fouled off.
Boy, so far early into this one, this guy's pitching really well, and I'm a big believer in body language. He's getting the ball, he's working really quick, keeping the ball down in the zone, and if you take a look at this guy so far early on, a lot of positive signs. He looks like he brought his good stuff in this one.
Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
He's really on a roll right now on the mound. Back-to-back strikeouts to wrap up the last inning, and now he started this frame with the same story. 4 straight strikeouts in all.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch.
Ball 1. Count 1-0.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch.
Nope, that's inside. Oh, that's wrong.
No surprise here that they're working around this big boy. Certainly not going to let this guy tie the game up with something fat out over the heart of the plate.
Now the 3-0 offering.
You maybe get 2 pitches a game where all the guesswork goes out the window. This is certainly that situation.
Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Swing. Strike 2.
Wow, that's 4 straight Ks. He's knocking them down. He's looking for number 5 right here. You can tell this guy on the mound, he is pitching with a whole lot of confidence in this one.
And he got another one here. He strikes out the side. He set down 5 in a row via the punch out, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Red Sox. They're down 1-0.
convincing, but something's missing. The sun is kissing.
Ready now is Kyle Higashioka, and the home-away splits tell us he's actually quite a bit better hitting on the road than he is at home. Pitch on the way.
1-0.
Count even now at 1-1. One and two to the Yankees catcher.
The count is 1-2.
Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2. And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2.
You could pretty much book it that a fastball's coming. A challenge fastball right here. He cannot allow the 9-hole hitter to get on base with the top of the order looming.
And opposite field as he lines this down the line in right. And that one skips up over the wall for a ground rule double.
When you play in this park where the fences are shorter, this is going to happen more often than any other ballparks.
Into the box, Kevin Vizcaino, as he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. 1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss as he pulls the top hand over. It's 0-2. Higashioka leads off second with nobody out. And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's one gone.
It's so hard to hit when you're behind the count 0-2, right? You have to protect for the fastball. You have to look for the soft stuff down and away. You're really at a disadvantage when you fall behind 0-2.
At the plate now, Gio Urshela, as he'll watch a slider that runs out of the strike zone away for ball one. Looking at his career totals, Urshela has a slugging percentage a little over .425, a respectable number. The set and the 1-0 pitch. Hot shot on the ground is short. Bogarts has it. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Now back, second base, DJ.
So a runner in scoring position with 2 men gone, and that'll bring in DJ LeMahieu. First offering, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating and feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
Comes set, the 0-1.
1-1.
2 out here and a runner at second. And that's down into left center for a base hit. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second.
He was able to spit on that first slider right there, guys, but he didn't let the second one go. Able to execute and drive the baseball.
And that'll bring up Aaron Judge as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball one.
Boy, I think he's got to find a way out of this jam and limit the damage. If he's unable to do that, this game could get away from him.
And he'll try to check his swing here, but he'll have no such luck. It's strike one. The 1-1.
Hey, after the double at his first at-bat, looks like he's trying to pitch around this guy a little bit.
Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1.
Well, he snapped that breaking ball off really nice. He'll do well to keep putting it there.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Swing and a miss, and that's out number 3. A run on 2 hits for the Yankees.
Leading off for the Red Sox, the right fielder, Hunter Renfroe.
Here's the first pitch to him.
Ball, that's out.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
A ball and a strike now. The 1-1 home.
Ball, that's kicked out.
Maybe a little jumpy there as he swings through the fastball.
This lineup is flailing right now. They're having a hard time just making contact, let alone putting the ball in play.
This one skied out toward right. Judge is on the move. No one can make a play on this one, and the first Red Sox hit is good for extra bases. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
Wow, he must be living right because he gets absolutely jammed. Thought we were going to see the bat splintered, but instead he muscles the ball to right for a double. Might get some heckles from his teammates, but no doubt he'll take it.
Into the box now, Kike Hernandez. High in the air down the right field line. Heading after it is Judge. He makes the catch, and tagging is the runner from second. And the throw from right will not be in time as he takes third on the flyout. One gone here in the Boston third. And in to hit next, it'll be the catcher, Kevin Plawecki. As a look, now the pitch. As he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1.
Everyone in the ballpark knows what the pitcher's intentions are in this situation. Great job at the plate to lay off a tough pitch in a good spot.
Here comes the 1-0. Strike taken as that one catches the outer part of the plate. Renfroe stands at third with one gone in the inning. One and two to the Red Sox catcher.
That was a great hack right there. Timing was on point. Just sometimes you have bad bat barrel accuracy.
Hit down the third baseline. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly.
The batter, number 2, shortstop, Xander Bogaerts.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now. as he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. Ready with the 0-1. He pops him up toward the left side of the infield. Vizcaíno is under it. 2 gone.
Now batting, first baseman, Jesus Aguilar.
So 2 down and a runner at first. And up next will be the power-hitting first baseman, Big Jesus Aguilar. Has a look, now the pitch. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1.
Shocked he didn't let it fly right there. Usually you're looking for a fastball elevated to get the party started.
And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. A runner on first with 2 away. And he jumps on this one. It's high and deep to center. Just missed a home run to the deepest part of the yard. It's off the wall. And they've come back to tie it up as it's now a 2-2 ball game.
Up next for the Red Sox.
So now time will be called as we're going to get a visit from the pitching coach here as he'll hope to settle his guy down. And that'll bring up J.D. Martinez. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. 0 for 1 here in the early going. The 1-0.
Oh, that's too high.
You can see this guy's more focused at the plate right now. In that first AB, he went down on strikes.
And that one yanked just foul. Two and 1. Here it is. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Frazier gets under it and makes the catch to end the inning. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. 3 innings complete, and we are tied 2-2.
Never stop me from being a good rager. I get respect from observers.
All set for the start of the 4th, and next to bat will be the first baseman, Luke Voigt.
First baseman, Luke Voigt.
Now here it comes. As he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1.
Hey, this isn't exactly the way you'd like to draw it up. Not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, but the bottom line is he's getting outs.
A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Hey, sped him up, slowed him down. He's got him down 0-2. I think he could pretty much go anywhere right here. I'd be surprised if anything misses over the heart of the plate.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Grounded back up the middle, right to him. Throw to first in time, 1 gone here in the 4th.
Now batting, designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton.
To the plate now is the designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch.
You could bet he wants that one back at the plate right now. That's a pitch you normally see a guy drive if he has the right approach going.
Two runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. tried to get him to chase the cutter there. A ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2. Is a fastball taken high for a ball. And that is swung on and missed. He's down on strikes, and the first 2 are retired here to begin inning number 4.
What I like about that strikeout, guys, is that he came back with a fastball on 2-2. He was heading to count 0-2 earlier, but instead of continuing to nibble a little bit, he decided to get aggressive again and to challenge with his hard stuff.
Stepping in now, Aaron Hicks. And he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball. 1-0. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. The 1-0 home. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Hey, he's had great command all day. Want to see how aggressive he is in the zone with a 3-ball count.
Three and 2 to the Yankees center fielder. And he fouls this one off. And this one misses inside. A ball. He walked him, and they've got themselves a 2-out base runner.
Well, when you go with a slider there in a full count, you're hoping that the hitter is thinking fastball and swings through it. Didn't work out that way, though. He lays off and gets the free pass.
Runner at first with 2 gone, and that'll bring up the outfielder Clint Frazier. Throw over to the bag, and he has to dive, but he's back in easily. He's set, and the pitch. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball. 1-0.
Perfect time for a mound visit right here. Just to give him a breather, a chance to collect himself and get back to work.
Two 2-0 to the Yankees left fielder. Hicks leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. High in the air out to center field. Hernandez is in pursuit. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. One left for the Yankees. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th, all even at 2 apiece. Back now at Fenway Park, and here's Heidi Watney with a report.
Thanks, Matt. During the commercial break, I talked about the Red Sox offense with the Boston manager, and flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. It's still pretty early in the game, but they've seen a lot of pitches already, and he thinks the 2 runs they've pushed across so far is just the beginning, given the quality of the at-bats they're putting together.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. Here now is Rafael Devers.
Leading off for the Red Sox, the third baseman, Rafael Devers.
Pitch on the way.
Nope, that's a ball.
Hey, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, that's right where you want to miss. Any lower, and he'll probably make you pay for it.
Now a ball lined toward the gap in left center. Frazier arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first out.
Well, we've mentioned the conditions aren't ideal with the rain coming down, and that can make every play a little bit of an adventure. You really have to concentrate, and he did there to haul it down.
So that'll bring in Teoscar Hernandez, looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. And that's in there for his strike 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Even count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2.
Going to need to make a little bit of an adjustment with his slider release and at least tempt the hitter that it's going to be a strike.
Now the 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him.
That's his second strikeout of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if a coach finds him in the dugout and gives him a little talk about shortening up and putting the ball in play. Good things tend to happen when you do that in these kinds of conditions.
So now to the plate, Kyle Schwarber, as he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball 1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. The 1-0. Misses, ball 2. Fouled away. The 2-1. And it's fouled away. 2 out, nobody on. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2. A shot to first base and caught there to end the inning. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. Through 4, we're deadlocked at 2 apiece.
So I ain't saving you a cleaner house. Do you think that's just a statement? Then you ludicrous like it's word of mouth. I ain't new to what.
Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Yankees manager Aaron Boone during the break about the team's offensive performance so far, and he told me he feels like they're being too patient at the plate right now. He said the problem is they're allowing themselves to fall behind in the count way too often, which is forcing them to constantly be in protect mode and swing at bad pitches. A lot of their outs have come from at-bats where they've fallen behind, so the focus going forward needs to be about being the aggressor early in the at-bats.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Now the first pitch. As he'll take a look at ball 1. And, looked like a definite pitcher's pitch there on the inside, 1-1. In there at the letters, 1-2 now.
Hey, you could tell right there the hitter was almost fooled by that pitch, expecting the nasty slider to break down and away, and it hung in the middle of the plate. Too late for him to pull the trigger.
And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away. So back to the top of the Yankee order. Digging in, Kevin Vizcaíno struck out in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch-outs will stick with you a little longer.
Drops in a strike to start the at-bat, 0-1.
Although he doesn't use that pitch too much, if he's able to steal some strikes early in the count, could be something they have to think about.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Grounded up the first baseline, reined in. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
The batter, the third baseman, Gio Urshela.
Next up, Gio Urshela. He bounced out last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. That one's down around the knees, taken for a strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swings through it for strike number 2.
This could be a huge win for the guy on the mound if he's able to get out of this inning 1, 2, 3 and start fresh next inning with the middle of the order.
And on 0-2, he misses with a fastball.
Well, tried to throw a high fastball right by him there. Didn't work, but now we'll see if that sets up some different options. Wouldn't be surprised to see a good slider down and away right here.
Off the plate that time and a little high. It's even at 2-2. Waved at and missed for the third out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. So the Yanks go 1, 2, 3. We've hit the halfway point, tied at 2.
I got my blessing because the Father never left him.
And now Hunter Renfroe as we move past the halfway point in this one and begin the bottom of the 5th.
Hunter Renfroe.
First offering on its way.
1-0.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0.
Hey, you want to talk about being in a zone? This guy's been raking lately, and it all starts with his pitch selection. 2 great takes, and he's almost daring the pitcher just go ahead and challenge him.
Nope. 3-0. Kike Hernandez, the number 8 hitter here, waits on deck. Now the 3-0 offering. And that misses ball 4 now. It's a leadoff walk to get the home half of the 5th underway.
Well, that is definitely not the way to start an inning. One thing to give up a walk, but to do it on 4 pitches is pretty alarming. He looks a little thrown off right now.
Next up for the Red Sox, Kike Hernandez. He flew out in his last debut. He's set. Here it comes. Oh, and 1 count and the pitch.
This right-handed pitcher, his bread and butter is that 2-seamer, and he loves to throw it inside.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. He's running. Fouled off. Renfroe on at first. Nobody out. And he fouls this one off. Well outside with the curveball for a ball. popped him up. Higashioka has a play. He's got it one away.
Now batting, catcher, Kevin Plesacc.
Next to hit, Kevin Plesacc. First pitch coming. Here it is.
Hey, it's not always about filling up the strike zone all the time every inning. He's pitching well as we're moving into the middle innings, but interestingly, less than 50% of his first pitches have been for strikes.
The 0-2 delivery. A good two-strike pitch, but he misses high 1 and 2.
Hey, textbook waste pitch right there. Does he go elevated fastball again or something slow below the zone?
Just hung in there on that one. The next 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks so enticing to hit that you think you see that ball as a hitter, you think you can drive it, but it's really hard to get on top of that good high hard fastball.
Now a flare out toward right center, and he dives to make a spectacular catch. What a play there to end the inning. Worth a second look here, as this is a beauty to end the inning. Back with more fun here on a Friday afternoon after this. And that sends DJ LeMahieu into the box. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. First offering. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Hernandez onto the grass. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning.
Boy, he showed some pretty good range, heading pretty deep into the outfield to bring that one down. Thought the outfielder might call him off, but he clearly had it under control.
Here's big Aaron Judge, as he'll take a breaking ball in off the plate for ball 1. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Now it's 2-0.
2-0 to a guy with this kind of pop, you better be awfully careful, because he's going to be swinging out of his shoes.
Two balls and a strike.
I tip my hat to the batter right there for taking that pitch. Most guys would have definitely been swinging in that situation. 2-0 fastball, but that was not in the zone he was looking for. Move on to the next pitch.
Lays off the breaking pitch, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Swing and a miss as he goes back to the cutter here. 3-2.
3-2 counts are usually a time to challenge the hitter, but I think he'll be careful here. Shoot for the corner, and if you miss and you walk him, so what? That's better than him putting one in the seats.
Full count here. Here comes the pitch. Too high, and that cost him ball 4.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
Digging in next, Luke Voigt. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. First pitch on the way as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. high and deep to right center. And that'll get over the wall, so forget about sending the runner. It'll be second and third now with only one away.
Well, he definitely puts a charge into this one, and the outfielder has zero chance to make a play on it. Next thing you know, the relievers in the pen have another ball to warm up with.
Giancarlo Stanton now. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Two balls and no strikes. The count to Stanton.
Well, the Yankees have been searching for that big hit pretty much all game. It remains to see if they can get it, but now it sure would be a good time.
Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out. Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1.
And remember here, there's an open base at first, so a walk is not the worst thing that could happen right here.
Judge, the runner at third. Voit is over at second with one down in the inning. Popped up. Devers is there for it. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Great scoring opportunity miss right there. You talk about frustration. Popping it up with two runners in scoring position. He'd like to get that one back.
Next, it'll be Aaron Hicks. It was a walk in his last trip. And it appears they're going to give him the intentional walk here, so now they'll have a force at any base with two gone.
Yeah, well, when a guy's swinging the bat as well as he's been, this is a smart move. No reason to tempt fate out there.
Next for New York, Clint Frazier, one of the bigger spots in the ball game so far. Base is juiced now with two away. From the stretch. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0.
He's already walked two in this inning already. This guy just can't seem to find the strike zone.
Lays off again, and it's 2-0.
Nowhere to put anybody. 2-0 count, not a good spot to be in as a pitcher.
The set and the 2-0. Now a ball hit in the air, and this looks like it'll get him out of it. Hernandez is there as he makes the catch, and they'll tightrope out of danger as he strands the bases loaded. A couple of walks in the inning, but nothing on the scoreboard. More from Fenway in a moment. Striding in for Boston, Jesus Aguilar. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far.
The first baseman, Jesus.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Double-barreled action in the Yankee bullpen now. A lefty and a right-hander start to get loose. Well, should be 2-0, but he goes way out of the zone to go after that one, and it's even 1-1. Hit out towards second. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
To the plate now, J.D. Martinez, as he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball one. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Now the 1-0. splits the plate for a strike.
Hey, love the confidence in that pitch right there, going right after one of the better hitters on this team, not afraid to execute.
2-2 is our score. Leadoff man aboard at first here with nobody out. Hard hit ball to second. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. There's one. To Voit in time for the double play.
The third baseman,
Rafael Devers, the next to bat. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Two out, nobody on. And that misses 1-1. Hit the target, but this is low. 2-1. Into the windup and the pitch. And this one's going to bounce up to the plate. An easy take there, and it's 3-1 now.
Good job to work the count and put himself back in the driver's seat. Started off with one strike, and now he's got the count in his favor, 3-1.
Into the corner and slicing foul. Bases are empty here with two men out. Fouled away. The next 3-2. Gets him swinging. He struck him out. Nothing doing for Boston. 6 innings complete, all square at 2-2. Tanner Houck is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7. New inning set to get underway, and up to bat next it'll be the catcher Kyle Higashioka. Becomes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch, and they start him with one high and away for ball 1. That misses. 2-0. And he holds up here, but the pitch is a cold strike anyway. Now the 2-1 will not catch the zone. Ball 3.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
And the count will be full. Now the 3-2 pitch. Count remains full.
He's got that certainly timed up now. I'd be shocked if the pitcher goes to the well 3 times in a row with off speed.
The next 3-2. Hit hard right back up the middle, and he's got a leadoff single. In now, Kevin Vizcaino. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. And it's fouled away. Go-ahead runs aboard here at first with nobody out. And a swing and a miss there on a late-breaking slider as he set down on strikes for the second time this afternoon.
Well, that's just a quality pitch right there. The location was excellent because if it's put in play, there's a good chance it's on the ground for a double play. And, hey, a strikeout always works, too.
Into the box, Gio Urshela, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. The 1-0. Lined into center field. That's a base hit.
Up next for the Yankees, the second baseman, DJ.
Next, it'll be DJ LeMahieu. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. First offering on its way.
Hey, this pitcher's going to have to step off the mound right here and refocus. Take a deep breath, something. Can't keep falling behind and creating traffic. It puts everybody on edge, not only himself, his defense, and especially his manager.
Oh, it's on the ground to second. Did he get his double play? To second for one. The relay not in time as he beats the throw by a step.
Great job of hustle there by the base runner. That looked like an easy inning-ending double play. Now runners at first and third with 2 outs.
At the plate now, Aaron Judge. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. The set and the 1-0. Now a half swing here as he wanted to pull it back, but he does so too late. It's strike 1. Runners at the corners, 2 men out. And it's a ball and 2 strikes now to Aaron Judge. And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball way outside the strike zone. Big-time strikeout and some raw emotion as he gets out of the jam. We're back to Fenway after this. Eliezer Hernandez gets the call from the pen to take the ball for the home 7th. Bottom of the inning now, and striding into the plate next will be Teoscar Hernandez.
The center fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
First pitch on the way. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Pretty unusual that you see a 5-0 hitter take 2 strikes in a row. Typically, those are some of the most aggressive batters in the lineup.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one.
Wow, that's the case right there where a pitcher knows this guy's up there and he's in swing mode. That pitch wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he still swung at it.
Standing in now, Kyle Schwarber. As he'll take a look at his strike on the outside corner, it's 0-1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. The windup and the 0-1. Lifted down the line in left. One out, nobody on. And on 0-2, he misses with a fastball.
Stone cold take right there. That fastball very well could have sent him packing back to the bench.
And it's another K. So back-to-back strikeout victims to start this relief outing.
That was a big strikeout there, guys. The best pitchers have the ability to strike guys out when they really need to. And that second out was really important at this point of the game. Could be something we look back on later when the game's over.
So now to the plate, Hunter Renfroe, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. His career numbers in this matchup, he's 0 for 9. Little late that time as he swings and misses for strike one. Hit back toward the mound. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. Down in order go the Red Sox. And this game is still tied at 2-2. Now to the plate, here is Luke Voigt. And this tie ball game is a battle of the bullpens now, and I'm sure you're enjoying that, Dan.
Bullpens are such a big part of baseball now, Matt. All these teams have such good 7th, 8th, and 9th inning guys. It all boils down to whose bullpen is better.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. Now a fastball off the plate away, a ball and a strike. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Hit sharply on the ground. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
Well, as we take another look at it, you can see that this thing kind of handcuffed him and he couldn't make the play. Comes off the heel of the glove, and the leadoff man is aboard.
And digging into the batter's box next will be Giancarlo Stanton as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball one. Go-ahead runs aboard here at first with nobody out. Ball two now. Strike called, 2-1.
Great job of doubling up with a fastball inside. A lot of times you'll see a pitcher go in there, but they won't go back in there a second time. This guy's not afraid to pitch inside.
Now the 2-1. Hit in the air down the left field line. Left fielder giving chase. He can't get there as it falls in. Throw will hold him at second, but the go-ahead runs in scoring position now with still nobody out.
Aaron Hicks.
To the plate now, Aaron Hicks. Fouled off. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Lifted down the line in left. Looking for the K. Here's the pitch. swung on but fouled off to the left. Grounded softly down the line toward first. He's got it. One there. Return throw not in time, and that turned into a closer play than I thought it would at first sight. So they avoid what could have been a costly double play there.
Yeah, Met, credit the batter for busting out of the box and hustling down the line instead of getting mad at himself for rolling over on a ground ball. It's little things like that that can change the whole game.
Now at the plate is Clint Frazier. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind him, because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch.
With some traffic on the base paths, nice job by the pitcher to execute strike one.
Here comes the 0-1. One pitch is a slider that's cut on and missed for strike two.
Big pitch coming up right here. He'd love for a ground ball or a strikeout.
Swing and a fly ball. This ought to at least get the go-ahead run in. The catch is made. Here comes the go-ahead run for the plate. Tag not in time. And they've taken the lead here in the eighth.
Hey, putting together good at-bats late in the games can really help out. And how about this sac fly right here? Good at-bat that leads to his team getting the lead here in the late innings.
Next, here is Kyle Higashioka, 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. He's set and the pitch.
0-1 the count.
The 0-1 pitch inside the throw, and he is out at second. Caught stealing to end the inning. Trying to move into scoring position with 2 away, but not to be as we get another look. Back with more fun here on a Friday afternoon after this. Chad Green is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the eighth. Bottom of inning number 8 set to go, and that means the plug-and-play utility man Kike Hernandez will bat next.
Down by 1, I'm interested to see how they approach this as an offense, especially if they get someone on base early in the inning. Some teams, you know, they're going to try and manufacture that run, just trying to get that one run across. Others, they're going to look for 1 or 2 big swings to make it happen.
Fastball just missed above the zone.
Don't expect this pitcher to throw something over the heart of the plate. He's going to have to stay on the corners right here. Huge spot in this game. Do not miss over the heart and get beat.
2-0 count. The pitch is in there for strike 1.
He must know something we don't know. That was a center cut heater with count leverage in a big spot. I don't understand why he's taken.
He's set and the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out.
People always talk about how important getting the leadoff man on base is, and it's true. So in the 8th inning of a 1-run game, that's a really nice job of attacking a hitter and sending him packing.
And here's the catcher, Kevin Plawecki. As he'll watch one miss down and in for a ball, 1-0. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. 1-0 home is swung on and missed, and that's strike one. The 1-1 home is outside for a ball. The 2-1 home. And he strikes him out as well. So 2 punch-outs to begin the outing out of the pen.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
In now, Xander Bogaerts, as he'll take a look at ball one. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. In there, 1-1. This one, everything we could have hoped for. 3-2 in inning number 8. 2-1 now to the Boston leadoff hitter. And the pitch. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Jesus Aguilar would be next if they can keep this inning alive. The 3-1 pitch is swung on and missed. A full count now.
When the pitcher on the mound's establishing this kind of heater, you got to come off everything else and find a way to get that bat head in the zone.
Now the payoff pitch home. Two out, nobody on. And just a masterful job of pitching here as he strikes out the side in order. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. Still a 3-2 ball game. So stepping in is Kyle Higashioka. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. First pitch on its way. The 0-1 on its way.
Ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Up next, Kevin Vizcaino. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat. First offering on its way. And that misses. Ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
Two balls and no strikes.
No strikes.
2 balls and a strike now to the Yankees leadoff man.
1 strike.
Liner towards second. And that is going to sneak on through into right. It's a 1-out single.
Now batting, third baseman, Diego Padres.
Into the box, Gio Urshela, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Now a move over to first and a dive, but he's back in there. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. Using the slide step to try to control the running game.
Yeah, that's a good way of trying to control the running game, Matt. The problem with it, though, it has a tendency to throw your command off because you're worrying about that runner on base.
The 1-1 pitch.
Good luck with that pitch. That pitch is an absolute nightmare. Almost unhittable. Nasty downward action. High 80s velocity.
Vizcaíno, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Lifted down the line in left. And that misses 2-2.
This is a fun guy to watch when he's up there. Really battles. Doesn't take any pitches off. He's a grinder. Always seems to make it difficult on the opposing pitcher.
He stays alive, still 2-2. Now a throw over to first, and the runner back. The 2-2 one more time. Is a fastball down below the knees.
We could see the runner in motion here on a 3-2 count with 1 out. There's a pretty good chance he's going to get a pitch to swing at, and if not, it's ball 4 anyways.
And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat. So the next to bat will be DJ LeMahieu. He's got 1 hit in 4 at-bats. First offering, as he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1.
You got to love guys auto taking you 0-0 if you're on the mound. You could steal that first strike and now you go to work just picking apart the corners.
Now a throw over and he's back easily. Here's the 0-1. Didn't threaten the zone there. Looked like it might have actually popped out of his hand a little early. Called strike in a dangerous location there, 1-2.
Take a step back right here. After 3 fastballs in a row, there is no chance he throws you a 4th.
2 out with the man at first. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Has a look, now the pitch. Liner toward right center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. He'll hold at second, and there are 2 aboard now.
Outside of home runs, nothing fires me up more than watching a good baseball player drive the ball at the opposite field. Talking about hitting the inside half of the baseball, that's exactly what happened right there. And when we say inside half of the baseball, imagine the ball coming to a complete stop halfway between home plate and the pitcher's mound, and then cutting that baseball in half and highlighting the inside half. That's where you're trying to take the knob of your bat or the hands to that spot and carve the inside half of the baseball with power.
Stepping in now, Aaron Judge, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Hit in the air down the right field line. 2 down, runners at first and second. Struck him out, so it remains a 1-run lead as they head in for their final set of swings. Yanks strand a pair. They're up 3-2. Aroldis Chapman is the man called on to close this one and earn a save in the 9th. All set for the bottom of the 9th. And here comes the first baseman, Jesus Aguilar.
The first baseman, Jesus Aguilar.
And the pitch.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
The 1-0 home.
Big fastball is definitely this guy's MO coming out of the bullpen.
The 1-1 home is laid off for ball 2.
2-1.
There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. A ball that's carrying. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
Now batting, the designated hitter, J.D. Martinez.
Now the Red Sox DH, J.D. Martinez. Lifetime line against Chapman. He's got 5 base hits in 17 at-bats. He's taken him deep once. Starts things with a splitter outside for ball 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Inside, and he falls behind the hitter now. 2-0. Two and 1.
Now this is a perfect example of why this manager feels so confident going to this beast in the 9th right here. He is throwing absolute thunder right here, pumped up and looks the part.
Squared that one up just a little late. Swinging a blooper to the right side. In comes Judge, lays out, and he's got it. A great play for out number 2.
Now back, the third baseman, Rafael Devers.
At the plate now, Rafael Devers, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Little chopper back to the mound. Throw on to first, and the Yankees have taken game 1 of the series on the road as the ball game is over.
Man, facing Chapman is not for the faint of heart as he unleashes fireball after fireball. Gets the final out here and another save. What a weapon Chapman is.
A 1-run game this afternoon, 3-2 the final finish. The New York Yankees came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure the victory. Elieser Hernandez gets the win out of the bullpen, number 12 for him. Aroldis Chapman earns the save out of the bullpen, his 29th of the year. So that will wrap things up. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our whole crew, I'm Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB MLB The Show. For more, head to theshow.com.
Final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Yankees. 3 runs on 10 hits. No errors. They left 11 men on base. For the Red Sox, 2 runs on 4 hits. 1 error. They left 2 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 50 minutes. Our paid attendance at Fenway Park this afternoon, 37,755. The Red Sox and Yankees, thank you.